Sydney Hanukkah Festival shooting shocks Australia. A deadly shooting at a Hanukkah celebration in Sydney's Bondi area has left multiple people dead and injured, sending shockwaves across Australia and the international community. Witnesses described terrifying scenes as two gunmen opened fire on a crowd that included families, grandparents, and children, before a brave bystander heroically disarmed one attacker. Police quickly engaged the second gunman in a shootout, restraining both suspects, with one receiving CPR at the scene. Authorities later confirmed that one of the attackers was known to security agencies, though not considered an immediate threat, and investigators also discovered a vehicle containing suspected improvised explosive devices nearby. Leaders across Australia condemned the attack as an assault not only on Jewish Australians but on the nation as a whole, as police launched multiple investigations and assured the public of a comprehensive security response. Despite the tragedy, officials said Australia's terror threat level remains unchanged, while communities mourn victims and grapple with rising concerns over antisemitism. Person of interest detained after deadly shooting at Brown University. Authorities say a person of interest in his 20s has been taken into custody following a deadly shooting at Brown University that left 2 students dead and 9 others wounded. Police detained the individual around 3:45 a.m. at a hotel in Coventry, Rhode Island, roughly 20 miles from the Providence campus, after using FBI geolocation and cellular analysis tools based on multiple investigative leads. Officials have been careful to describe the individual as a person of interest, rather than a suspect, but the overnight lockdown of the university was lifted shortly after the arrest, signaling investigators believe they have the right person. Surveillance video released by police shows a figure dressed in black leaving the engineering and physics building moments after the classroom shooting, though no face or identifying details were visible. Throughout the night, a massive security operation unfolded as police cleared campus buildings one by one and evacuated tens of thousands of students and staff to safety, while investigators continue working to determine a motive and confirm further details. Lindsey Graham calls for tough action after Australia attack and Syria incident. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham has urged strong international action against radical Islamist groups following the deadly Hanukkah attack in Australia and a separate incident involving U.S. personnel in Syria. Speaking in a television interview, Graham backed President Donald Trump's vow of consequences, calling for strikes on ISIS training camps and a reassessment of U.S. policy towards Syria, including possible renewed sanctions if security cooperation proves unreliable. He linked the violence in Australia to what he described as a global rise in antisemitism, sharply criticizing Western governments that have recognized a Palestinian state, arguing such moves reward attacks on Jews. Graham also called on the U.S. to stand unequivocally with Israel, urging the destruction of Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, warning that peace is impossible while Iranian-backed militant groups remain armed. He advocated increased security for Jewish communities worldwide, more aid to Israel, and legislative action in the U.S. to combat antisemitism, saying recent attacks should serve as a warning of escalating global threats.